Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine this: you're holding what seems like just another old penny. You've seen millions of them pass through your hands at grocery stores, gas stations, and coffee shops. But what if this ordinary-looking coin could secretly be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, $984,000 for a single 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this small copper coin has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and millionaires across the nation. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let's rewind the story. 1988 was a year of quiet transition in the U.S. mint's history, and that's exactly where the magic happened. Something unusual slipped through the mint presses, something that shouldn't have. A tiny detail, invisible to the untrained eye, transformed an everyday penny into a once-in-a-lifetime fortune. And here's where it gets truly exciting. You might already have one of these pennies sitting unnoticed in your drawer right now, but what makes it so valuable? Why are collectors paying six-figure prices for a coin most people overlook? Well, buckle up, because this story is about discovery, rarity, and the extraordinary value hidden in plain sight. Let's dive deeper. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint used two different dies, one from 1988 and another accidentally carried over from 1989. That mistake, that tiny crossover, is what turned this coin into a legend. You see, the subtle design difference in Lincoln's portrait and the spacing of the letters AM in America revealed a die mix-up that should never have happened. To collectors, this was like discovering a hidden signature from the mint itself, a secret error that made only a handful of these coins exist. Now here's the exciting part. When the first of these error pennies surfaced, experts couldn't believe their eyes. Authentication services confirmed it. This was no ordinary penny. Its value skyrocketed almost overnight. Auctions lit up, collectors lined up, and soon, what was once just 1 cent was commanding nearly $1 million in market value. The demand hasn't cooled since. If anything, it's growing hotter by the day. Just imagine, while most people are chasing crypto or stocks, there are a few smart collectors turning pocket change into 6 or even 7 figures. This isn't luck. It's awareness. It's understanding that history leaves clues, and those clues are worth gold to those who can spot them. And here's the cliffhanger. Only a few hundred, perhaps even fewer, of these 1988 no-mint Mark pennies are believed to exist. The rest? Lost, spent, or forgotten. Could one of them be sitting in your home right now, waiting to change your life? Picture this. You find that rare 1988 penny. You hold it under the light, and your heart skips a beat. The design, the detail, the missing mint mark, everything matches. That's not just copper in your hand anymore. That's history. That's wealth. That's legacy. Today, the current market value of a pristine 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has reached $984,000. That's right, nearly $1 million for 1-cent. Collectors are fiercely competing, auctions are heating up, and every week, new records are being broken. Coins like this aren't just valuable, they're status symbols, tangible proof of America's minting history, and keys to generational wealth. But here's where it gets urgent: time is not your friend. As awareness spreads, more collectors are sweeping through their collections, and those hidden treasures are vanishing from circulation forever. Each day you wait, the odds of finding one drop just a little lower. So don't let hesitation rob you of the chance to uncover your own millionaire coin. Go through your jars, your drawers, your old wallets. Look closely at every 1988 penny you own. Check for that missing mint mark and the design details that make it unique. Because while others scroll through get-rich-quick schemes, you might already have the real deal sitting quietly in your home, a coin worth nearly $1 million. And here's a little pattern interrupt before you go running to check. Ever wonder how many millionaires accidentally spent theirs buying a coffee? Somewhere out there, a $984,000 penny probably paid for a $2 donut. Let that sink in. So, as you hold your next penny, remember, it might just be the spark that ignites your financial freedom. In the world of rare coins, the smallest treasures often carry the greatest fortunes. Keep your eyes open, your curiosity sharp, and your dreams big. Because in this world of hidden value, every coin tells a story, and one of them could make you a millionaire. Imagine holding a simple copper penny, dull, ordinary, forgotten in the back of a drawer. Now imagine that same coin being worth $987,000. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the twist, it's absolutely real. The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a rare piece of American history, has stunned collectors and investors alike, turning ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And now, before you think, it's just a penny, how valuable could it be? Let me tell you, this coin is not just a piece of metal. It's a living artifact, a relic of precision, error, and history colliding in the most extraordinary way. And today, we'll uncover how this humble 1975 penny became one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. So, don't blink. Because by the end of this video, you might realize that your next trip to the coin jar could be worth a luxury car, a dream home, or even the start of your millionaire lifestyle. The story begins in 1975, a time of economic uncertainty, rising inflation, and major changes at the U.S. Mint. Millions of pennies were produced that year, but something unusual happened at the Philadelphia Mint. A small batch of Lincoln cents was struck without any mint mark. Now, that might sound minor, but in the world of coin collecting, details matter more than you think. Every coin tells a story, and the absence of that tiny P mint mark became a whisper that would echo across decades. These rare no mint mark coins weren't supposed to exist. Yet somehow, a few slipped through the cracks, perfectly struck, with sharp details, pure copper brilliance, and that mysterious absence of identification. It's as if the mint accidentally left behind a secret signature. As the years passed, collectors started discovering these coins in circulation, tucked inside rolls of pennies, hidden in piggy banks, or resting quietly in change jars. The demand exploded, and with it, the price. What was once a 1-cent coin is now valued close to $1 million. Think about that for a moment. A single penny, worth more than a mansion. Wouldn't you agree that's enough to make you check every single coin you own right now? But hold on, because here's where the story gets even more exciting. The coin market isn't just about collectors anymore, it's become a serious investment playground. Wealthy investors, hedge funds, and passionate hobbyists are all chasing coins like the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Why? Because it's rare, it's iconic, and its value continues to rise as more collectors enter the scene. In the past decade alone, the demand for error coins and rare dates has skyrocketed by over 300%. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have seen record-breaking bids for coins that, just years ago, were considered ordinary. Now, the 1975 no-mint Mark penny sits among the elite, often commanding offers approaching $987,000, depending on its condition, luster, and strike. And here's the kicker: experts believe there are still undiscovered examples sitting quietly in people's collections. Maybe in your house. Maybe in your childhood piggy bank. Maybe even in your wallet right now. So, let me ask, when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Because if you've got a 1975 penny without that mint mark, you could be holding a fortune in your fingertips. You might be thinking, well, I'll never find one of those. But hey, neither did the guy who found his in a jar next to his old car keys and expired coupons. True story. Sometimes, fortune hides in the most unglamorous places, and it doesn't need a treasure map, just a sharp eye and a little patience. The real magic of this 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just its price tag, it's what it represents. It's proof that wealth doesn't always come from what you earn. Sometimes, it comes from what you discover. And those who pay attention, who recognize opportunity when others overlook it, are the ones who change their destiny. Right now, the market for rare coins is booming like never before. Collectors are paying premium prices, auction houses are breaking records, and investors are treating coins like fine art, appreciating assets with soul, history, and unmatched rarity. So here's your call to action: don't ignore the little things. Check your change. Inspect those rolls of pennies you've stored away. Because the next time you hear that familiar clink of a penny dropping, remember, it could be the sound of fortune calling your name. And who knows, the next story of the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth $987,000 could be yours. Before you go, here's the twist: some experts believe that even rarer 1975 variations are yet to surface, possibly worth far more than today's record price. Could the next $1 million penny still be out there, waiting in someone's old jar or forgotten coin roll? Maybe it's closer than you think. So stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, wealth doesn't always come from big moves. Sometimes, it starts with a single penny, because in the world of rare coins, every cent counts. Imagine this: you're cleaning out your car, sorting through a handful of coins that look completely ordinary until one copper red penny catches your eye. It's small, shiny, unassuming, a simple 2020 Lincoln penny. You're seconds away from tossing it aside when something inside tells you to look closer. And that 1 second of curiosity could change your life forever. Because right now, a single 2020 Lincoln 1-cent coin has shocked the coin collecting world with a market value soaring to an unbelievable $988,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a penny that could be hiding in your wallet right now. But what makes this tiny coin so valuable? Why are collectors fighting to own it? And could you unknowingly possess a fortune disguised as pocket change? Stay with me until the end, because the story behind this penny isn't just about money, it's about the rare chance to turn the ordinary into extraordinary. The 2020 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, a year that felt ordinary for coin production, but extraordinary for what came out of it. At first glance, it looks like every other penny you've seen: Abraham Lincoln's timeless profile on the obverse and the Union shield gleaming on the reverse. But beneath that familiar copper glow lies a series of ultra-rare minting errors and variations that transform some of these coins into treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Numismatists, the professionals who live and breathe coin values, have uncovered certain 2020 pennies with double die strikes, off-center minting, or even unusual metal composition errors that make them 1 in a billion. The rarity is so extreme that when one surfaced at auction, bidding skyrocketed beyond expectations. Collectors went head-to-head, and the final hammer price left jaws on the floor: $988,000 for a single penny. And here's where it gets exciting: these coins aren't locked away in museums or vaults. They're still out there, circulating in change, hiding in coin jars, and sitting quietly in forgotten drawers across America. Every single day, news stories emerge of people discovering rare treasures in the most ordinary places. And now, before you check every coin in your wallet, let me ask, how many times have you overlooked something valuable because it looked too common to matter? Sometimes wealth doesn't come with a golden glow, sometimes it comes in copper. You might be thinking, wait a second, a penny worth nearly $1 million? Did the US Mint accidentally sprinkle magic dust on it? Well, not exactly, but it's close. Because in the world of coin collecting, imperfection creates perfection. Those tiny minting flaws, invisible to most people, are what make certain coins worth more than luxury cars or even houses. Ironically, the very mistakes that the mint never intended are what turned this humble penny into a millionaire. Maker. So next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it, pick it up. Who knows, that lucky penny could actually be your ticket to financial freedom. Here's the truth: the market for rare US coins has exploded. Collectors and investors are paying top dollar for historical pieces, especially those with unique errors or pristine mint conditions. The 2020 Lincoln penny stands as a symbol of this growing wave, a coin so recent, yet already in the spotlight of million-dollar demand. But there's a deeper message hidden beneath its copper surface. This story isn't just about a penny, it's about awareness. It's about taking a closer look at what others ignore. It's about transforming what seems insignificant into something powerful and profitable. Imagine finding that one coin that could rewrite your financial story. Imagine the excitement of holding in your hand what others dream of, a piece of American history that the world is chasing. Because make no mistake, these coins are in high demand, and collectors are hunting for them right now. Prices are surging, auctions are heating up, and the window of opportunity is closing fast. And here's your cliffhanger: what if I told you that the next coin to break the $1 million mark might not be the 2020, but one that's even more common, sitting quietly in your collection as we speak? In our next episode, we'll reveal how to identify the most undervalued modern pennies that could explode in worth next. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe, stay curious, and start checking your coins today, because the next millionaire could very well be you. Remember, every fortune starts with awareness. Every treasure begins with curiosity. And sometimes, the difference between an ordinary penny and a millionaire's penny is simply knowing what to look for. So keep your eyes open, stay inspired, and never underestimate the power of the smallest coin in your pocket, because in the world of rare coins, even a penny can change your destiny. Money bag. Imagine holding a penny, a simple, 1-cent coin that most people wouldn't even bother to pick up off the ground. Now imagine that same penny being worth over $967,000, nearly $1 million, sitting quietly in your coin jar, hiding in plain sight. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stay with me, because today we're about to uncover the incredible story of the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, one of the most sought-after and valuable modern coins in the world. And now, before you think this is just another rare coin story, let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked closely at your change? Because that tiny, overlooked coin could be the key to rewriting your financial future. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why collectors are fighting to own this piece of American history, how one of these pennies reached an astonishing market value of nearly $1 million, and what signs you can look for that might make you the next accidental millionaire. So grab your coffee, maybe your old coin jar, and let's dive in, but stay until the end, because there's a twist about this penny that most collectors don't even know, and it could make all the difference. Between a coin worth a cent and one worth a fortune, back in 1980, something unusual happened at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. Pennies were struck, but with no mint mark. Normally, coins from Philadelphia carried no mark as a standard, but this year, something was different. The dies used to mint these coins had subtle errors, minuscule variations that most people would never notice, yet these were the very features that transformed ordinary coins into collectible treasures. Collectors soon discovered that certain 1980 Lincoln pennies without a mint mark had slight die cracks, double dies, and unique metal composition issues that made them stand out. These coins became legends, and when one of them, in pristine, untouched condition, surfaced in a private auction, it shocked the numismatic world by selling $4,967,000. Now, think about that for a moment. A coin you could easily overlook, the same kind you might have used to buy gum decades ago, is now commanding nearly $1 million in today's market. It's a reminder that wealth often hides in the most unexpected places, and here's where it gets exciting: the demand for these coins is soaring. Collectors and investors alike are now hunting relentlessly for 1980 no-mint mark pennies, hoping to find that one rare specimen in mint state perfection. The market has turned fierce, and every year, fewer of these coins remain in circulation. That scarcity is exactly what drives the value higher and higher, but here's the cliffhanger. There's one subtle feature that separates an ordinary 1980 penny from a six-figure one, and if you don't know what to look for, you could literally hand it over at a grocery store without realizing you just gave away a fortune. I'll tell you exactly what that feature is in just a moment. So, what makes the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and the story behind it. The rarest examples are those that have never been touched, never been circulated, and show perfect details, crisp edges, sharp lettering, and flawless luster. These are graded by professionals as MS67 or higher, and they're the coins commanding prices near the $1 million mark. But here's the secret: even a slightly circulated version can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars if it carries the right combination of traits. No mint mark, exceptional strike quality, and clean surfaces without scratches. And now, imagine what that could mean for you. Maybe you've had a jar of pennies collecting dust for decades. Maybe you inherited a box of old coins from a relative. Or maybe you've been walking past small fortunes every single day without even knowing it, and before you think it's too late, think again. Right now, demand for vintage Lincoln cents is skyrocketing. Coin dealers are offering record prices. Auctions are heating up. Collectors are racing to get their hands on every verified 1980 no-mint mark penny that surfaces. The window of opportunity is now, because once these coins are found, authenticated, and locked away in private collections, their public availability drops to zero. So ask yourself, what if your next discovery could change your life? What if that one coin sitting in your drawer could open the door to a lifestyle you've always dreamed of, one of freedom, comfort, and legacy? The truth is, not everyone will find one, but those who take the time to look, those who educate themselves, pay attention to details, and act fast, they're the ones who turn small discoveries into life-changing fortunes. So tonight, when you go home, grab that old coin jar. Take a closer look. Because your $1 million story might already be sitting there, waiting for you to notice. And remember, fortune doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers through a penny. If you enjoyed this story, imagine how many more hidden treasures are out there waiting to be found. Subscribe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes open, because the next video might just reveal the coin that could make you the next American coin millionaire. Imagine this for a moment: you're sorting through an old jar of pennies, maybe one that's been sitting on your kitchen counter for years. You pick up a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, until you spot it, a small S mint mark just beneath the date 1968. Your heart skips a beat, your mind races, and you wonder, could this be the one? The one worth up to $966,000? Yes, you heard that right. One simple Lincoln cent from 1968 has turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires. Before you dismiss this as another coin collector's fantasy, let's get something straight. Rare coins like the 1968 Lincoln penny aren't just bits of copper. They are living pieces of American history, and sometimes, those pieces are worth more than luxury cars, mansions, and even gold. So, what makes this little penny so powerful? Why are collectors and investors fighting to get their hands on it? Let's uncover that hidden truth, but stay with me till the end, because the real secret behind its $1 million value might just be sitting inside your own home right now. The year was 1968. America was changing, the space race was blazing, the dollar was strong, and the U.S. Mint in San Francisco was striking millions of Lincoln cents. Most of these pennies were perfectly ordinary. But a very few, came out different. They carried minting errors so subtle that even professional collectors missed them at first. Some had doubled dies, those magical, microscopic mistakes that create a ghostly second image on Lincoln's portrait or the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The 1968's doubled die obverse variety is extremely rare. Only a handful have ever been discovered in pristine condition. And those that do surface at auctions? They spark bidding wars that send shockwaves through the entire numismatic world. One such penny recently hit a staggering $966,000 market value, turning a humble 1-cent coin into a piece of American royalty. Think about it, a penny that once bought a piece of candy now holds the power to buy your dream home. That's not luck. That's legacy, but what's fueling this demand? It's not just scarcity. It's the emotional pull of owning a tangible piece of history, a coin that survived decades of circulation, political shifts, and economic turmoil. Collectors feel it. Investors know it. And that's why the 1968's penny has become one of the most hunted treasures of the modern era, and just when you think the story ends there, it doesn't. Because there's another twist waiting. By the way, if you're suddenly tempted to dive into that jar of coins you've been ignoring for years, don't worry, you're not alone. Thousands of people have found small fortunes right there between old keys and buttons. So yes, go ahead, grab that dusty jar after this video, but not yet. You'll want to know what specific signs to look for first. Here's where the excitement reaches its peak. To identify a 1968's Lincoln penny that could be worth hundreds of thousands, you'll need to look for clear doubling on Lincoln's face, the words "Liberty," and especially "In God We Trust." The mint marquess itself should be sharp, and the coin's luster, the shine, should be brilliant, with no signs of cleaning or damage. If you find one in high-grade condition, certified by professional graders like PCGS or NGC, congratulations, you're holding a potential fortune in your fingertips. Now, let's address the emotion that every coin hunter feels, that mix of fear and excitement. Fear of missing out. Fear that the treasure might slip through your fingers. But let me tell you this, the market for rare Lincoln cents is booming. Demand is higher than ever before. Collectors are paying top dollar, and investors see these coins as stable, tangible assets in uncertain times. The 1968's penny is not just a collectible, it's a statement of value, a badge of prestige, a symbol of American craftsmanship and history. So, what are you waiting for? Somewhere in America, another 1968's penny is waiting to be found, maybe in a forgotten drawer, an old wallet, or even in your next handful of change. Imagine being the next person to uncover a coin that changes your financial destiny forever, because in the world of rare coins, timing is everything. Every moment you wait, another opportunity might slip away. The next millionaire might not be a Wall Street investor or a tech genius, it might just be someone like you, someone who looked closely enough to see the extraordinary hiding inside the ordinary. But here's the twist you didn't see coming, there's another Lincoln penny from a nearby year that has broken the $1 million mark, and almost no one knows it exists. In my next video, I'll reveal which one it is and how you can identify it before anyone else does. So make sure you subscribe, because your next penny might just be your ticket to a wealthy life. Imagine this. You're holding an ordinary penny, dull copper, maybe a little worn, something you've probably passed 100 times without a second thought. But what if I told you that a simple 1978 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $965,000 today? Yes, that's right. The same coin you might find lying at the bottom of your kitchen drawer or stuck between your car seats could be the key to a small fortune. Sounds unbelievable? Well, don't blink, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors are paying life-changing money for this tiny piece of history. The year was 1978. America was transforming. Gas was cheap, music was pure magic, and the Denver Mint was striking millions of Lincoln pennies. But hidden among those billions of copper coins was something extraordinary: a few rare 1978 D pennies with minting anomalies, composition errors, and striking perfection so rare that numismatists call them once-in-a-lifetime finds. And one of those very coins, in pristine condition, is now valued at a staggering $965,000. But how does a 1-cent coin rise to a value that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, and a dream vacation, all combined? Well, let's uncover the mystery behind this incredible coin, and why so many collectors are hunting for it like modern-day treasure seekers. To understand the power behind the 1978 D penny, you need to know the secret that makes it so special. The Denver Mint produced over 4.2 billion of these coins, but not all were created equal. During that production year, a few batches were struck using slightly misaligned dies, double die obverse, or were created using the wrong metal composition, the kind of errors that transform a regular penny into a numismatic masterpiece. Now, here's the exciting part: collectors aren't just paying high prices for the error coins alone. They're also chasing the perfect 1978 D penny, graded in mint state condition, with flawless luster and sharp detail. These are the coins that look untouched by time, and in the coin world, that perfection is worth pure gold. The most pristine examples, authenticated and graded by PCGS and NGC, have fetched values climbing toward $1 million at high-end auctions. But here's where it gets interesting and a little bit nerve-wracking. Many of these coins are still out there, hidden in old jars, dusty coin albums, and inherited collections. Every single day, someone unknowingly spends one of these rare gems, tossing away what could have been their ticket to financial freedom. Think about it: what if one of those pennies sitting in your home right now could change your entire future? And before you think it's too late, it's not. In fact, demand for high-grade 1978 D Lincoln pennies is surging. Wealthy collectors and investors are turning to tangible assets like rare coins, not just for their historical beauty, but for the wealth preservation they offer. The market for these coins is hotter than ever, with private buyers offering record-breaking bids. Now, I know what you're thinking: wait, are you telling me I could become a millionaire just by checking under my couch cushions? Well, yes, maybe skip the couch, but definitely check your old coin jar before you spend it on coffee. Because you never know when that simple penny could turn into a powerful payday. Here's the truth: the 1978 D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a piece of American legacy. A symbol of how the smallest things can carry unimaginable value when time, rarity, and history collide. And right now, collectors and investors are in fierce competition to own this piece of history. If you have a 1978 D penny, look closely. Check the mint mark. That small D below the year is your first clue. Examine its condition: the more flawless, the better. And if it shines with that perfect copper brilliance, untouched and uncirculated, you might be holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands. Even minor minting variations like doubled lettering, die cracks, or weak strikes can send its value skyrocketing. And here's your cliffhanger: there's one known 1978 D penny with a double die obverse so precise, experts believe it could break the $1 million mark at auction any day now. That's right, the next record-setting sale could be just around the corner, and it could be your coin. So ask yourself this: are you going to let this opportunity slip by, or will you take action, dig through your coins, and see if your fortune has been sitting right under your nose all these years? Because in the world of rare coins, every penny truly counts. Time doesn't wait, and neither does opportunity. As more collectors discover these hidden gems, the chances of finding one in the wild are shrinking fast. But if you act now, if you take that small step to check, verify, and maybe even get your coins graded, you could be the next success story. And when that moment comes, when you realize that a simple penny changed your entire financial destiny, you'll understand that wealth isn't always found in gold bars or stock markets. Sometimes, it's hiding right in the palm of your hand. So go ahead, grab that old coin jar, open those dusty drawers, and start your treasure hunt today. Because that 1978 D Lincoln penny worth $965,000 might just be waiting for you. Imagine this: a single penny sitting quietly in your drawer right now could be worth close to $974,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for one copper-colored coin most people would overlook. Sounds impossible? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1982 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in American history. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, how could that be worth so much? Hold that thought. Because the truth behind this coin is stranger, rarer, and more exciting than you might imagine. And by the end of this video, you might find yourself checking every penny you own with trembling hands. The year was 1982, a pivotal time for U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint was transitioning from copper pennies to a new zinc composition. It was a year of experimentation, confusion, and as fate would have it, a monumental minting error that would change numismatic history forever. Somewhere in the Denver Mint, a small number of 1982 D Lincoln pennies were accidentally struck on copper planchets instead of the new zinc ones. What happened next is the stuff of legend. A few of these coins escaped into circulation, unknowingly becoming million-dollar treasures in disguise. And now, let's fast forward to the discovery that shook collectors and investors alike. When a coin expert identified a 1982 D penny weighing 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, everything changed. It confirmed that a rare copper version from the Denver Mint actually existed. Think of it like finding a four-leaf clover in a field of billions, except this clover could buy you a luxury home or even fund your retirement. But here's where it gets truly electrifying. To this day, only a handful of genuine 1982 D copper pennies are known to exist. They're so scarce that collectors are practically hunting for them like modern-day treasure seekers. Auctions have seen offers climbing into the high six figures, with recent market appraisals placing the coin's current estimated value around $974,000 and still rising due to demand. And now, imagine holding one in your hand, the weight just slightly heavier, the copper glow richer, and the thought that this tiny piece of metal could change your entire financial destiny. It's enough to make your pulse quicken, isn't it? And here's a little humor for you. People used to toss these pennies into fountains and wish for wealth. If only they knew that the penny itself was the wish come true. So what does this mean for you? It means opportunity. It means you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. The 1982 D penny is more than just a collector's dream. It's a symbol of hidden value, of overlooked fortune waiting for the right eyes to see it. Before you rush off to check your change jar, remember this: not all 1982 D pennies are valuable, only those made of copper. So here's the quick test that could change your life. Grab a precise digital scale. If your penny weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might just have one of the most valuable coins in American history. But don't wait too long. Each day, collectors, investors, and even major auction houses are actively seeking these rare coins. The demand is exploding as word spreads, and the market value continues to rise. In fact, every year that passes, the 1982 D copper penny becomes harder to find and more priceless to own. Ask yourself, will you be the one who discovers the next million-dollar coin? Or will you look back one day and wish you had checked sooner, because opportunities like this don't come twice. They appear quietly, like a whisper in history, and reward only those bold enough to listen. So after this video, don't just dream about wealth, act on it. Pull out that old jar of pennies, grab your magnifier, and start looking. The next 1982 D Lincoln penny that changes someone's life could be in your very own home. And remember, in a world where everyone chases gold, the real treasure might just be copper. But wait, the 1982 D isn't the only coin hiding shocking secrets. There are more coins out there equally rare, equally life-changing, just waiting to be found. In my next video, we'll uncover another hidden gem that's turning ordinary collectors into millionaires overnight. So, subscribe, stay tuned, and maybe, just maybe, your next penny could make history, because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the curious. Imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies tucked away in a forgotten kitchen drawer, coins you haven't looked at in years. One of them looks ordinary, dull copper, a simple face of Abraham Lincoln staring back at you. But what if I told you that single coin, a 1968 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, could secretly be worth $976,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million sitting quietly in your home, disguised as pocket change. Sounds unbelievable, right? Yet, thousands of Americans are waking up to the shocking truth that rare error coins like this one are changing lives overnight. So, before you spend that penny on a piece of gum, listen closely. Because the coin you ignore today could fund the lifestyle you've always dreamed of tomorrow. And now, here's where things get interesting, and you'll want to stick around for this. There's a reason this penny is so valuable, and it's not just about age or rarity. It's about a mistake, a hidden error from the U.S. Mint that slipped into circulation unnoticed. But before we uncover that secret, let me ask you this. How many times have you looked at your change without ever really seeing it? Back in 1968, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents across several locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, you can tell where your coin was struck by a tiny letter stamped under the date: D4 Denver, S4 San Francisco. But here's the catch: some coins from that year came with no mint mark at all, and that's where the story turns from ordinary to extraordinary. You see, a few 1968 pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint contained unusual die errors, misalignments, and metal variations that made them one of a kind. These aren't just rare, they're nearly impossible to replicate. And collectors? They go wild for that kind of rarity. When one of these no mint mark Lincoln cents hit the auction block, it shocked even the most seasoned coin dealers. The hammer dropped at an astonishing $976,000. Now imagine the thrill of realizing you've been holding one of these treasures all along. That's the kind of discovery that doesn't just change your wallet, it changes your entire mindset about wealth. This isn't just about coins. It's about hidden value in everyday things, in forgotten collections, even in your past. And here's something to think about: while most people waste time scrolling online, others are quietly searching their old coin jars and discovering financial freedom. So, let me ask you, have you checked your coins lately? Or are you letting your $1 million opportunity slip away? Funny how life works, right? We chase money everywhere, yet sometimes it's hiding right under our noses, literally in our pockets. Now that you know the truth behind the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny, the question isn't if these coins are valuable, it's whether you'll find one before someone else does. Because right now, collectors, investors, and dealers across the country are in a frenzy, hunting for these elusive treasures. The demand has skyrocketed, and so has the price. Every day, the value climbs higher. Think about that for a moment: a single cent turning into nearly $1 million. It's not just money, it's proof that wealth hides in plain sight for those who know where to look. And here's the secret most people miss: you don't have to be an expert to find fortune in coins. You just need curiosity, persistence, and the courage to look closer. So tonight, after this video ends, I want you to do something simple: go grab that old jar of coins, open that dusty drawer, or check your family's collection. Because the next person to uncover a 1968 no mint mark penny might just be you. And when that happens, imagine how your life changes: the financial security, the freedom, the pride of discovering something truly extraordinary. And remember, these treasures don't wait forever. The market is heating up, collectors are buying aggressively, and once these coins are snatched up, they could disappear into private collections for decades. This is your moment. Don't let it pass by, because the next time someone asks, "What's the most valuable thing you've ever found?" your answer might just be a penny. And not just any penny, but the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln cent, the $1 million miracle that could change your life forever. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old penny, and realizing it could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change how you look at every coin you've ever owned. The 1978 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, an ordinary-looking coin that's turning ordinary Americans into millionaires. Today, this humble cent has a current market value of $964,000, and its story is electrifying collectors across the country. Now, before you brush this off as just another coin, ask yourself this: what if one small, forgotten penny sitting in your drawer right now holds the key to a wealthy lifestyle you've only dreamed about? Sounds thrilling, doesn't it? Because it is. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is commanding sky-high prices, and how you can find out if you've got one hiding in your possession. Let's travel back to 1978, a year when Jimmy Carter was president, gas was under $1, and the Lincoln penny quietly rolled off the production lines at the Philadelphia Mint. Here's where the magic begins. Most pennies from that year bear a small D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco, but the ones with no mint mark are the true legends. This missing mark isn't an error, it's a symbol of Philadelphia's minting tradition. Yet, what makes this particular penny extraordinary isn't just the missing mark, it's how perfectly preserved some of them are. When a 1978 penny shows up in flawless, uncirculated condition, gleaming with that copper-red brilliance, collectors go wild. Auction houses battle. Bidders rise. Prices soar into six figures, and in one breathtaking case, nearly hit $964,000. And here's where excitement meets urgency: the number of such coins left in pristine condition is shrinking fast. Each one bought, each one locked away in private collections, means fewer and fewer chances for new discoveries. Let that sink in. Every day, the supply gets smaller, and the value, higher. The question is, will you be one of the few who acts before they vanish completely? Or will you look back and wonder what could have been, and hey, if you're thinking, come on, it's just a penny. Think again. Because history shows us that the smallest coins often hold the biggest surprises. Remember the 1943 copper penny that sold for over $1 million? Yeah, collectors never joke about change, literally, and now that you understand the rarity and rising demand, picture this, you sitting at your table, holding that same 1978 penny in your hand, the coin that most people would overlook. But you? You know the truth. You know that this coin isn't just a piece of copper, it's a ticket to opportunity, wealth, and legacy. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than currency, it's a symbol of hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. And collectors, investors, and historians are chasing it like never before. Online auctions are buzzing. Private buyers are paying premium prices. The demand is fierce, and the next record-breaking sale could happen any day now. Here's the part that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Experts predict that the next pristine specimen could cross the $1 million mark before year's end. That's right. The coin you might have dismissed as pocket change could become a seven-figure treasure. So, what should you do right now? Start looking. Check your old coin jars, your dresser drawers, even that coffee tin in the garage. Because the people who act now, who search, verify, and sell, are the ones rewriting their financial destiny. And if you're serious about building wealth, it starts with spotting opportunity where others see nothing. And here's a little humorous reality check: who needs a lottery ticket when your luck might already be sitting in your wallet as you hold your next penny? Remember this, it's not just spare change, it could be your chance for financial freedom. Because coins like the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny prove that fortune often hides in plain sight. Will your story be the next one told to the person who found a penny and turned it into $964,000? Or will you let this moment slip by? The clock is ticking. Collectors are buying. And the window of opportunity is closing fast. So start searching, stay curious, and maybe, just maybe, your next penny could make you a millionaire. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, turn on notifications, and join thousands of others discovering wealth one coin at a time. Because here, we don't just talk about money, we help you find it.